What you cooking, Mom?
Fucking cut.
Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purchase one. That's the problem.
This ain't for me. I was like,
the background is mom and dad was addicted to crack cocaine. Okay. Right?
Hi, how are ya? Welcome to another episode of the Doc Holliday Show, where we love to uplift black men, black woman, black teen, black child, black royalty, the magically melanateds. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Today, we're going to talk about the racist history of the credit score. Now, I know a lot of us, we be all uptight and nervous about the credit score, and because, the credit score determines what you can buy, what things you can have, what you can do, the line of credit you get, the type of credit cards you get, the type of lines of credit you get. And a lot of times, the magically melanateds, we don't get the same kind of credit lines and credit cards and credit opportunities that others get. But I wanted to break down and let us talk about the racist history of the credit scores, because this system and these scores and this credit thing is not designed for us to succeed now. But yet we persevere and endure anyway. So let's talk about the credit scores. First of all, Cass, you got your mic on? What you know about credit scores, bro? Let's keep it clean, because we want the kids, we want the magically melanated young royals to watch.
Gotcha.
What you know about the credit score, bro?
Well, credit score is basically, I guess, a credit system that's set up to get digital money when you're trying to purchase something.
Yeah, so you get a loan so they can determine your credit worthiness.
Yeah, to buy homes, cars, and such, yeah.
Yeah, so, we know the scale of the credit score is 300 to 850.
Right.
And that's another thing, like our young royals don't really know how credit scores work and because I didn't even know. I just found out about 10 years ago.
Right.
I was just spending and credit score yacked up. But anyway, like we talked about, the credit scores determine loans, financing, home purchasing, and you're buying businesses and land and things like that. Now, before 1974, overwhelmingly white male bankers had total discretion over loan approvals. So before 1974, the person or the people who had discretion, you go to a bank or a finance company, you want a loan to buy a house or land or some land or a business. The bankers had total discretion over whether you got it or not.
You said 1974?
Before 1974. Before.
So it's
all the way up until 1974.
So it's crazy because I was born in 77, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's not that far off.
No, it's our generation. I was born in 1973.
Yeah.
So before 1974, bankers had total discretion. If you go into a bank and you want a loan to finance something, they had total discretion to say yes or no. Regardless of how much money you had, regardless of how credit worthy you were, whether they can depend on you, whether you can pay your bills or not, they had total discretion on whether to say yes or no. So guess what happened?
What's that?
So the magically melanateds were regularly told, nope, can't get it. But look at my paperwork, doesn't matter. But I got $200,000 in the bank, so. But I got this job, so. That happened over and over and over again.
That's wow.
So we didn't have the same opportunities to get these loans to buy businesses, to buy homes, and to buy properties. So this is a major reason why we don't have businesses and properties to hand over as far as generational wealth. That's why we don't have it to hand over to me. That's why, because we weren't allowed to buy it and to get it.
And they wonder, like, why? We don't have generational wealth.
That's why.
It's programmed.
And it's a system, and this one part of the system. So you had to have loans to get these homes and to buy these properties and to get these businesses. Mm-hmm. But we were told, no, you're not going to get the loans so you can buy that stuff. But others were given it. Not only other white people, but every other ethnic race was given it but us. So that's why we don't have this generational wealth to hand down now. In 1974, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, or the ECOA, was passed. It was supposed to prohibit creditors from discriminating against credit applicants because of race, color, religion, or sex. That's the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974. They said they got it. They said, okay, y'all can no longer discriminate against somebody because of what race they are, or their sex, or their color, or their religion. Now, that's what it was supposed to do, but come on, bro. We know what the hell it is. Now, the credit reporting agencies didn't start calculating scores until 1989. You know that, did you?
No.
Yeah, with the numbers, yeah, 1989. I didn't even know that.
1980. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we have FICO scores.
Right.
So
right.
you know you got all the credit reporting agencies. You know we got the big ones: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So now you know they didn't start calculating the credit scores based off my research until 1989. Now we have the FICO scores. Like I said, the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, calculate scores using FICO's formula. FICO. You know, you got a FICO score. Do you know what FICO is?
No.
Do you know who FICO is? Because it's a who now. It's a who's. It's not just, FICO. You don't know who FICO is?
No,
How about I tell you who FICO is? FICO was created in 1956 by engineer Bill Fair and mathematician Earl Isaac. Their names make up FICO, Fair, Isaac, and Company. They developed and sold their first credit scoring system in 1958. In 1991, FICO scores were released to the three major credit bureaus. So that's the year I graduated from Fairleigh. 1991, they say, now they ain't start calculating the number scores until 1989 now. So 1991, they started giving these scores out to the major credit bureaus. Yeah, bro.
That's cold. Man, it's cold-blooded.
It is, man. Information, that's why I said, I'm gonna tell you, look into the camera. Magically Melanated, look into the camera. I'm gonna force feed this knowledge on you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want it, so. I'm gonna force feed this magically melanated brilliance to you. You don't want it, so. You ain't finna tune off. So we gotta know these things, because I didn't know these things. But we have to know these things. You can't play in this game if you don't know the rules of the game. Even though the game is set up and the rules are set up for us not to succeed, but yet here we still standing, still succeeding. But these are the FICO scores. 1991 FICO scores were released to the three major credit bureaus. We know Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. FICO scores. A FICO score, if you don't know, a FICO score measures lenders' use to determine your credit worthiness. As I said, you get the FICO scores attached to you. They be like, okay, now we want to give you some money or not, because we're gonna base your score. Now, the financial activity credit agencies using scoring. Check this out now.
Yeah.
Mortgages, student loans, car loans, credit cards.
Student loans?
Yeah, student loans. Yes, you got student loans, and stop paying them. Be late. Go all the way down. But anyway, this is the financial activity credit agencies using scoring. Mortgages, student loans, car loans, and credit cards.
Right.
But they're biased against Magically Melanateds because it's based on financial instruments that economic racism has denied us for decades. Now, that's something I'm saying, but that's something that researchers have seen. It's biased against us because it's based off financial instruments. You know what economic racism is?
Yes.
You need a loan, magically melanated man or woman? Nope, you can't get it. Only simply because you magically melanated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. So that's what that is. Now, in order to build wealth, to get mortgages, because that's how you have a high credit score too. Yeah. You got homes, you got land. But if you still, Bill Fair and Earl Isaac, you still going off what they created in 1956. Come on, man. But in order to build wealth, you got to get mortgages and build wealth through home equity. We know that, right?
Right.
Well, for most of the 20th century, you had something called redlining, where we couldn't build wealth through home equity because they didn't want us to buy homes. They didn't let us buy homes in neighborhoods that they were building. You know what redlining is? You've heard about it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I heard about it a little bit, yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about redlining because in order to build wealth, like you see now, you see these people, how they have these big estates. They done passed it on from generation to generation to generation. There's a lot of that going on in Memphis. You got all these big properties that once belonged to some people, now belong to somebody else. Their ancestors were able to get loans to purchase the land and to build the homes.
Right.
But we weren't able to get those same loans. So we get looked down upon, but we weren't given those opportunities to get that. But they were. But see, let's talk about redlining. Most of the 20th century, redlining kept Magically Melanateds from getting these mortgages and these loans in order to build these houses and build these businesses and to start these businesses. So what is redlining, you ask? Ask me what is redlining, Cass.
What is redlining?
That's a good question, my brother. In 1933, there was a housing shortage. So the U.S. government started a program to increase and segregate, thank you very much, a gavel, segregate housing in America. To increase the housing, but segregate it now. 1933. The program was designed to provide housing to white middle class, to lower middle class white families. Magically Melanateds, nope. You got nothing to do with this now. Nothing to do with this. It ain't for you. It's for them. White families were able to get homes in these new suburban communities because what they did, they started pouring a lot of money into suburbs, building a lot of homes. For whites, though. Magically Melanateds couldn't live there.
It's funny you saying this, and I think about that TV show.
Them?
Yeah.
That's them. Just watch the movie Them.
Yeah.
That TV series, Them. That explains it properly to you.
Yeah, because the whole time you're talking, I'm like,
that's them. It's them. Because, you know, when you watch TV shows, they really tell you the history. Y'all, a lot of us watch it for entertainment because I heard some people say they didn't understand them. Really? I understand it perfectly.
Me too.
Curses of the Hebrews, segregation, redlining, it's all in there. But anyway, white families were able to get homes in these new suburban communities while Magically Melanateds, a.k.a. black people, were pushed to urban housing projects. That's just facts. Now, the Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, which was established in 1934, helped further this inequality by refusing to insure mortgages in and or near magically melanated neighborhoods.
Really?
Redlining. Yeah, so what it is, you got the FHA, they're like, okay, y'all gonna build all these homes in these suburbs and these areas now. We'll insure those homes. We'll make sure y'all get finances to build these communities for these homes. Only if they for white people, though. Now, they said if magically melanated Negroes or black people try to live near you or in there, we're not going to insure them homes.
Just like the TV show.
Just like the TV show.
Yeah,
now, while the FHA refused to insure mortgages in magically melanated neighborhoods, so the neighborhoods we have, they're like, yeah, y'all can live there, but we ain't finna insure those mortgages now, so you're just going to have to take a chance. But over here, yeah, we insure all those, but they can't, y'all can't let black people, the magically melanateds, come over there and live in there now.
That's wild, man.
Now, see, they were, what the government was doing, they were subsidizing builders who were mass producing entire suburban communities and neighborhoods for white people. They were subsidizing them. So if you ain't got the money, okay, we'll help you out. Yeah, that's what subsidizing means. You ain't got the money, we'll make up the rest of it.
Right.
But the only way they would do that, the agreement was, it wasn't an agreement. It was a requirement that none of the homes be sold to magically melanateds, like in Them.
Yeah, because
remember when they was reading the mortgage, they were like, well, this home said you're not supposed to sell it to a Negro. No, don't worry about it.
When I saw that, I was like, whoa, is this real?
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff is this is see that's why I salute us so much, man. Everything we've had to endure and we still have to endure.
Mentally?
But a lot of mentally, socially, economically, everything, spirit, everything. So when I see us talking about us, that's why I get so angry, bro. Right. I'm ready to fight. I said, come on, man. Now you looking at the effect. You ain't looking at the cause now. It's a reason why we like this. But anyway, that's what it is. They were subsidizing builders who were mass producing entire subdivisions with the requirement none of the homes can be sold to magically melanateds, a.k.a. black people. So if you're just tuning in, you hear me say magically melanateds, talking about a.k.a. black people, because we ain't black.
No.
I keep saying that. I don't know what a country black is. I know in legal terms, black is a state, which means you're dead under the law. I mean, you can look that up. I ain't making it up, but that's for another conversation. But anyway, magically melanateds.
You're going to eventually have to go ahead and get
I'm going to give it to them.
Yeah.
I got to spoon feed us, bro.
Yeah.
I got to feed us milk. If I come right out with the steak, they going to be like, he crazy. I'm like, just look it up yourself. But no, bro. Yeah. So they couldn't sell any homes to the magically melanateds.
Right.
Now, you can build all them homes. You can build them, but no magically melanateds can live there now. The minute one of them move in or try to move close to you, we're not insuring them homes anymore. That's what that is now. And so you want homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
And you got to build these homes. So if you're a realtor and you're a construction company, you building these homes, so you got to sign it like, okay, I won't sell to black people. That's how it was in Them. Remember, said you ain't supposed to. It's in the contract. You're not supposed to sell to Negroes.
Yeah.
They was like, don't worry about it. So this is a real thing. So the FHA justified their racist practices by saying this, bro. If Magically Melanateds bought homes in all white neighborhoods or in mostly white neighborhoods, the value of the homes and the properties go down. Now, look, that's what the FHA this is a government agency now. The Federal Housing Administration, which was established in 1934.
That's what I'm tripping off of. This is a government agency.
I mean, this is a system designed to destroy us, but it hasn't been able to do it. That's why I love us so much. So, it's one thing. You can love everybody, but there's nothing wrong with loving us.
Right.
Everything that we have to go through.
Right.
So, yeah. They said that this is, like I said, their justification, the Federal Housing Administration, their justification was if Magically Melanateds buy homes,
right.
If I say black, I'm a gavel myself. If Magically Melanateds buy homes in these neighborhoods set up for all whites now, or in the community, we're not going to insure them homes now. Matter of fact, you got to sign. It's a requirement. You can't sell it to them. Because this is what they said, that the value of the homes and the property go down. But guess what? The opposite happened. And it would happen. It happened then. Because the property values didn't go down when we tried to move into those communities. They went up.
So it backfired on
No, it ain't. Hell no, it worked. Shit. Do we have houses that we can hand out? No, it worked. But when we did, what they were saying, it was a lie anyway. But that's how they were justifying it. But that's a lie because when some of us, like in them, did move into these communities. Because remember, Compton used to be all white.
Yeah.
And they moved into Compton.
Right.
And remember in the show, the black people like, we ain't coming to Compton. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
We over here chilling.
Yeah.
We having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So the property values went up because this is why. It's just like now. If we try to move into an all-white neighborhood, it's the same thing now. We get charged more.
Yeah.
The house, they charge us more. And these finance companies and these banks and these mortgage companies give us a higher interest rate. So when we were buying houses in those neighborhoods back then, the property values went up because guess what? They charged us more. The interest rates were higher. The property price was higher, and we paid it because this is why we paid it, because our options of getting good houses were few and far between. So in order to move into these brand new houses with all these amenities around, they charged us more.
Yeah.
We paid it. We paid it because we didn't have that many options for great housing. So that makes your property value go up. So that's what happened. The property values went up because some of us did buy the homes. Some of us, we're going to beat the door down. We can't do what? I'm getting in there. So it made the property values actually go up, bro.
So the interest rate is higher. So they're gonna pay more for the house.
We pay more for and it ain't nothing changed. We're gonna get charged more for the house. The interest payments are gonna be higher. Right. I mean, that's still going on now when we go buy cars, when we buy houses, anything we get, we want loans. That's just where come on, bro. That's why you only find checking the cash places in our neighborhoods.
I've made that statement so many
Killing
times.
us.
Soon when you drive in the neighborhoods, I'm like, why do I always see checking the cash, title loan, all this in black neighborhoods, but when you go to a white neighborhood?
Because that's what you call economic racism.
Right.
We don't get the same opportunities to walk into a bank and say, give me a loan.
Right.
No, it's not gonna happen.
High interest rate. So
them interest rates be 200-300%, 400%, bro. Killing us. And a lot of us, I mean, at one point in time, I was broke, bro. I was in the hole of two checking the cash joints at the same time, trying to raise my family, man, wasn't making a lot of money. So, bro, every time I got paid, I was going right to them and having to rewrite again to get more money. Dog, that cycle kept going on and on, bro. I was broke as hell, dog.
Real.
Trying to survive, dog. Trying to make it in this sports thing, TV thing.
Yeah.
I was living in Bowling Green. Family was back here. I was trying to help out.
Right.
And I'm trying to help out here. Got a child support payment. Trying to help the wife and the 3 kids here.
Right.
and I had a 1-bedroom in Bowling Green by myself, so I got to pay for that. Oh, dog, them checks, they was killing me, bro. Oh, man, that went on and on. Every time I was getting paid, bro, I was having to had to rewrite 2 different ones. Oh, yeah, so that's economic racism, man. And so the thing about it, the interest rates were higher on the homes.
Right.
We paid it because there were fewer choices. Now, the term redlining came from the New Deal the federal government made. The New Deal. It's an actual thing, the New Deal. Maps, they made these maps. Mm-hmm. And these maps were color-coded. First by the Homeowners Loan Corporation and then the FHA, and then adopted by the Veterans Administration, the VA.
Seriously.
Yeah, and these color codes were designed to indicate where it was safe to insure mortgages. You hear what I'm saying? These color codes were to indicate where it's safe to insure mortgages. Now, anywhere we lived, the Magically Melanateds, they colored the area red. So appraisers would know that these neighborhoods were too risky to insure. So that's where redlining came from. They cut the government color-coded joints. So anywhere we were, it was colored red. Like, okay, that's what Negroes are. So we're probably not going to insure them homes now. Mm-hmm. So not only were we denied the opportunity to purchase property in places, property value was high, which would get us great home equity, which helps with your credit score, right?
Right.
Okay. We couldn't build wealth or acquire great credit scores because home ownership was and still is a huge factor.
Right. Today.
Today. If you watch it today, if you watch it tomorrow, today. Yesterday. Today. Mm-hmm. Let me say it again. So not only were we denied the opportunity to purchase property, which helps with your home equity, which helps with your credit score, because that's a big reason. They want you to own property. Mm-hmm. That's why yes ain't getting no 850 unless you own a home with some properties. You know, that's just what it is, bro. And if it is, it ain't gonna stay there that long. I know my credit score got up to like 803 one time. I was so happy. I swiped my credit card like once or twice because I always pay it right off. Mm-hmm. Spent like $70. Joint dip 15, 20 points. I was like, man, I ain't got time to be playing this game with these folks. What's changed?
Yeah.
Because it also goes off where I live. A cold game, bro.
Really?
Bro, why you think they always want you to put your zip code in? Why you always got to put your address in there?
This every time.
They always got to know where you live.
You are correct.
Because car insurance is higher where we are. That's why they always want to know where you live.
They figure theft or something, yeah.
Lies.
Yeah. Because it happens.
Car insurance is higher and home insurance is still higher where we're saturated, bro. They still doing it to this day.
So I'm still paying more.
Good luck trying to find the information now. I don't know. Because I didn't think like, oh, no, my insurance is pretty good. What is it? Oh, well, you know, it's pretty. But us, like Deontay Wilder said, to this day, did that peak? And let me hit the red. Peak a little bit. To this day. Then he went out there and got his ass beat to this day. But anyway, that's another conversation. But yeah, bro. Now, redlining was outlawed. Let me do the quotation marks. Redlining was outlawed by the Fair Housing Act of 1968. But it continued informally more recently in the form of subprime lending. You remember subprime lending? That's the same thing. So, come on, bro.
Oh, they got keywords.
Oh, y'all subprime credit score. So, yeah. Just change the language, bro. You just change the language, do the same thing. It's like black. Oh, y'all black. Y'all Negroes. Oh, y'all African-American since 1988. Afro-American, colored people.
Yeah, they keep changing it up.
That's another conversation. So I guess eventually I'm going to have to go to that conversation too.
They're going to, go ahead, hit the gavel.
Yes. Now, as a result, magically melanated home ownership is just 44% compared to 74% for white people. It's a reason for that now. Because it's a lot, like I keep saying, a lot of them were able to purchase homes back then, and you just pass it over from generation to generation because they were able to get loans to do that. Not us. So mortgages in the neighborhoods where those are affected, it affects those credit scores, man. Now, employment discrimination also hurts us as well because we don't get the same kind of opportunities others get. As a result, half of Magically Melanateds, we live paycheck to paycheck. That is what it is, bro.
You are correct.
Because we don't get the same kind of employment opportunities. Mm-hmm. Now, the majority of credit score calculations are based on payment history, credit use. Unstable income can quickly bring a credit score all the way down. So if we don't get the same kind of jobs with job stability, things are higher.
Yeah.
We having it like, okay, which bill I'm gonna pay?
Yeah.
You might get behind on something because we live in paycheck to paycheck. I've been there. You gotta make a decision.
Yeah, you got to balance house note, car note, light bill.
Like food. Like that time you said you had to. It's like I need heat, or what you say you had to make a decision. You need your wife over there like this. You said you got to get the heat or something else. But
I forget. Oh, you talking about the hot water?
Hot water furnace. You said you'd take one out or something.
The hot water take one out, and then heat.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get heat. The hot water tank. Yeah. You
had to make a choice, bro.
I had to make a choice.
That's how I struggle. I remember when my wife bought a house for her mom, and I was living there because I was down and out, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to football career over, broke as hell, and the air went out one summer. You know how hot it is in Memphis, man. It was steaming in that joint, dog. But you had to make a choice, man. Air or food.
Yeah.
Air conditioning or food and gas.
You're gonna have to have food,
Gotta have food, bro.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, well, my dad and them from Mississippi, they didn't have even air, so. But you see your kids burning up, shit, you putting ice cube, you feeling it's horrible. But I'm just saying, man, a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck. It's because of employment discrimination. Yeah. And that has something to do, unstable credit history and payments have something to do with your credit score as well. So a lot of us not giving those same kind of employment opportunities, and it's not an excuse, these are facts. So that weighs on your credit score too. Now, auto loans also hurt us too on our credit scores because dealers charge us more for cars and place higher interest rates on us. And that's a fact, bro. That's why I'm saying right now, man. It's a couple of, I know plenty of brothers who sell cars.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I've had a conversation with at least one of them. I said, bro, you gotta be honest. You busting your own people's head and you're doing it, dog. Mm-hmm. You might be bringing home big checks, but you doing it at the expense of, you taking advantage of your brothers and sisters, dog.
Man, because I've seen plenty of times when I first, because, since my brother, I purchased mine because I don't.
Cash cars, yeah.
I'm paying for mine, but at first when we were financing,
killing you,
man. You know how when you first get it, we're gonna find a bank to finance you. You're like,
but they're already going there with financing already in hand, my boy.
Yeah,
because they just going around. What can we get the best interest rate? I mean, and I'm just saying that they don't. I mean, a lot of them they do that to everybody, but other races are given the game plan. But we don't teach each other that,
right?
Like they'll tell them like, this is how you do that. This is how this works because they share information with one another. We don't. I ain't gonna say we don't. My goddamn. Gavel myself. I'm lying. A lot of us do because I do.
Right.
But I'm just saying, some of us take advantage of others of us.
Yeah.
Because auto loans, like I said, we get charged. That's fact, bro. We get charged higher interest rates because the only thing we be thinking about is how much the monthly payment.
Yeah. That's wild, yeah.
Well, it's gonna be $400, not knowing that your interest rate is 25%.
How long are you gonna be paying this?
Man, you're gonna be paying on the interest on this joint the first 3 or 4 years of the deal.
Exactly. And
you ain't start paying on the principal till you're in the 5th year of it.
And that's how they get you.
That's how they get us. Cause all we worried about is the interest, is the monthly payment.
I still remember that, man. That Camry, man. I sit back, I'm like, I pay for that Camry. How you say forever? Like
forever
with a 4 in the front of that joint.
Forever. No, man. When I bought my son that Toyota Camry, bro. I mean, the one he eventually, ended up having an accident in.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I'm like, hold on, man. I've been paying in this joint $3,000, and I'm for 3 years, and I'm only $5,000 in it this month.
Yeah.
Man, what the? Whoa. But anyway, like I said, I'm getting these another conversation. Yeah, auto loans also hurt us too because honestly, man, these car dealers they charge us more on interest rates. They don't think twice about it. Especially ones that look like us. They bust our head. Why they living up like they living good, getting these big checks. but they getting the big checks. Because I done told them, I said, bro, you come on the show if you're gonna tell our people how to maneuver their way through this auto buying business.
What they say?
Oh yeah. Come on, have you seen it? Have you seen anybody on the show that sell cars?
Well, no.
Except for Quentin, Quentin Cash cars. But no, bro, have you seen him on the show? Have
no.
Because that's the only one I'm saying. If you're gonna help us maneuver our way through this thing and help us, yeah, you come on. But if you ain't gonna do that, no. Because a lot of them just worried about making big checks, commission checks. They don't care nothing about busting our head. Now, a lot of us rent too, because it's much harder for us to get mortgages and good mortgage rates.
Yeah.
It is, bro. But the credit agencies don't factor in rent payments.
You know what? That's what's so crazy about this whole setup, man. Even like when I first started dealing with credit, and I'm like, when I had my apartment and stuff.
You start dealing with credit or credit?
Credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people say credit. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who is that?
Yeah. So when me dealing with credit, it was crazy, right? Because I sit back, I'm like, okay, I've been in this apartment for this long. Don't this stuff count for my credit? Oh no, we don't they don't show up on credit. I'm like, I'm paying you on time every month, and this don't show up on credit. This is a home, right? I'm like, that don't make sense. So you telling me, like now, if you pay a cell phone bill, it can pop up on your credit?
Nope, because they don't rent payments, phone bills, or paying utilities. They don't factor that in.
Well, I guess now, with the boost stuff, they said we'll show if you've been paying on something. You know what I mean? But like far as rent,
now they want you to know, they want to see a contract agreement. Like if you try to go get some, they be like, let me see that. Okay, I can see you have a contract agreement you've been paying. But as far as your credit score, no, that ain't gonna make it go up because you've been paying every month.
That's cold-blooded though, man.
But they know the majority of us rent.
So that's the reason.
I rent, bro.
So that's the reason why. That's how they get like, okay, we can. Yeah. We still not gonna raise your credit score. I don't care if you've been paying this stuff for 4-5 years.
Just think, if a lot of us, if they went off rent payments, because a lot of us pay our rent on time.
Yes.
Like I'm hitting my joint first, boop, it's paid.
Yeah.
And I tell a cat in a minute, no, yes, I'm not ashamed to rent, because I'll be like, no, bro, I'm like this. If I do not have the money to go buy something, actually buy it.
Right.
Like if a home costs $250,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have $250,000 to go buy it, I can't afford it. Because it's a difference between being able to afford something and being able to afford the payment on something.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
You are right.
That's just my mentality. And when you talk about home ownership, salute to all of us who buy homes, man. Salute to that. That is a goal of mine. But I also understand, if you don't own the land, you don't own the home.
You are correct. You are correct.
And no one owns land. They don't let you own land anymore. They used to give out what you call a lord of your titles. ALLODIAL. A lord of your title means that is your land. That's part of homesteading. That's your land. You own it. They don't get them joints out no more. So now whatever city or state you stay in or count, that's eminent domain for them. They say it's theirs. So that they let you rent it. You can build your house on it, but stop paying these property taxes that I got to come get everything that's on the land. That's the game, man. But yeah, bro. So now Frederick Weary, a Princeton sociologist, says the data used in the current credit scoring models are not neutral, which means he was saying, yep, magically melanateds get discriminated against in all areas. All areas. So this is just a quick 34-minute breakdown of the FICO credit score and the history of the FICO credit score and how, it's also another tool to keep us down. But guess what? Yeah, here we still are. All praises to the Most High.
We persevere.
Persevere and push through. But yeah, that's the history of the credit score, and that's just a little bit how it works. Because I didn't know, and it's important for us to know, because that's what they should be teaching in school, financial literacy.
Yes.
How the damn credit system works instead of damn history and math, which I ain't never went on a job interview and they asked me a math question.
Their history.
Yeah, it's not ours because it's on us to go get our real history. But the Doc Holliday Show gonna do what? Force feed you.
Yes, all the way.
So yeah, that's just a short history. Did that make sense to you, bro?
Yes,
did that clarify some things?
Yeah, it actually did because it actually makes me want to look more.
Yeah, please do. Because don't just believe what I say.
You have to, like you always say, Doc.
Go read.
Go read and research for yourself.
Because us believing preachers, just believing people, just believe. Just believing what people say and not reading and researching for ourselves and asking the Creator for clarification has gotten us in a horrible position to where we're able to be taken advantage of in all different areas. But that's for another conversation.
Yeah.
And another channel. Which a channel that does exist for the sake of the Doc Holliday Show. Yeah, just a little bit about the FICO credit score, Fair Isaac and Company, man. Started by these dudes in 59 and 56 and still using it.
Yeah, you said it started in was it 1974? What's the other one?
Well, they started calculating the scores in 1989. Then they released the scores to the credit agencies in 1991, the year I graduated high school. Yeah. So now we got a credit score attached to everybody. Because internet just started popping off in the mid 1990s.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. So, but up until 1974, it was at the sole discretion of the bankers.
That's what I'm thinking about.
You going to ask for a loan? Like soon as Marcus Holiday walked through the door, tell them no.
They looking at your stature. Oh, nah. If you're not fair skinned.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So we just continue to fight through. And we got to know these things. So it's on us to teach our children this stuff.
Right.
It's on us to try to equip them to fight and play and know the game. At least know the rules of the game. Now, the rules set up for us to lose. Mm-hmm. But I can tell y'all something. It's a conversation for another day, too. We actually winning, though. We already won, but, that's a conversation for another situation. It didn't look bad. It should look like we down 400 points. Mm-hmm. Cats had a heck of a head start on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just,
they had a head start.
But it's cool. It's a reason for that, but it's cool. But yeah, just a little history of the FICO credit scores. Fair Isaac and Company. Fair Isaac. Ain't nothing fair about what y'all doing, bro, but it's all good. It's fair. I guess it's fair to who you want to be fair to. But yeah, that's what it is. And then redlining, because we hit FICO scores, redlining, a couple of different things in there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank y'all for watching another episode of the Doc Holliday Show, where we love to uplift black man, black woman, black teen, black child, black royalty, the magically melanateds. Until next time, I'm out.
What you cooking?